without compromise. Educating you without compromise.
Good day, student. I welcome you to class today in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Today we'll be considering calculation on how to use the Vernier Caliper and the micrometer screw gauge. So let's take the first example on how to use the Vernier Caliper, on how to carry out calculation using the Vernier Caliper. Now, we're asked to take the reading. How do we take the reading on this? Is the Vernier Caliper. The other time in our previous class, we talked about that the Vernier Caliper consists of the main scale and the vernier scale, which is the movable scale. Now, this is the main scale. Why this is the vernier scale? First, we'll take the main scale reading, which is called MX arrow. MX arrow means main scale reading. We'll write it out. All of these are in centimeters, so we can put that here. Then the next one will be the vernier scale reading. Thereafter, we sum them up, then we have the reading for this instrument. So how do we take the reading on the main scale? The top is called the main scale. Take note, while the bottom is the vernier scale. So how do we read the main scale? Now listen, you can see that the calibration is different from the one in the vernier scale. Now, in the main scale, we have 6 here. So this is 6.1, 6.2, 6.3. Now, there is no other value here before we go into the vernier scale. So we stop at 6.1, 6.2, 6.3. So that's the reading for the main scale. So I'm going to write 6.3 here. Thereafter, we move straight to the vernier scale. And remember that in our reading, every instrument starts from 0. That's the starting point. So if you look at the vernier scale now, we have 0 here. So this is 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. Now, I'm going to stop at 0.4. Why do I decide to stop at 0.4? Because this is the point where the line meets with the main scale. So where both lines meet or join, you stop reading there. So that is why I'm stopping here. So I have, this is 0. My starting point is here. Now this is 0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. So I'm going to stop at 0.4. So I will write 0.4 here. So thereafter, I will sum up the main scale reading and the vernier scale reading. So I have 3 plus 4, which is 7, 6 plus 0, which is 6. So this is the reading for the vernier scale. So I insert my point here. I hope it's clear. Okay, that's good. God bless you. Now, let's go to the next one, which is the micrometer screw gauge. Now, this is the micrometer screw gauge. The same process we're going to do here. This is the vernier scale for the micrometer screw gauge. This is the vernier scale. Why this is the main scale? Remember, in our previous class, the micrometer screw gauge is calibrated in millimeters. So we're going to read in millimeters. First, we're also going to write out our main scale reading. Thereafter, we write out our vernier scale reading as well. Now, looking at the main scale, you can see that this is 5. We don't have any other number before we enter or approach the vernier scale. And this line here means half. Half is 0.5. So this, I didn't mean there's another line here. Before this, we now have 5, 6. Then this line becomes 6 plus 0.5, which will now be 6.5. But since there's no other line after 5, and we have another one at the bottom, this is half. So it will become 5 plus half, which will now be 5 plus 0.5. So we have, on the main scale reading, we have 5.5. I hope it's clear. Okay, can I go back again? Now, we said to read the main scale, we have 5 here. And there's no other number before the vernier scale. But we have a line at the bottom. This line means half, which is 0.5. So if you add 0.5 to 5, there's no other number to be read. So it becomes 5.5. Now, let's go to the vernier scale. Let's bring out the reading in the vernier scale. Now, the vernier scale is read if the line, you can see this straight line that meets with the line in the vernier scale. So we're going to divide this by 1,000 so that we can add it up to the main scale reading that we have done. So how do we do that? Now, if you divide 10 by 1,000, we have 0.01. So we have 0.01. That is, we have converted this now to meters. So I will have 0.01 here. So this is the reading from the Vernier scale. So the number that is in line on the same line with the main scale, that is the number that is read, not the one before the number or the one below the one on the main scale. So that is why we chose 10. 10 is on the same line with the main scale reading. So if I sum up this, I have 5.51 millimeter. Okay, this is how to determine the reading using the micrometer screw gauge. You can see we've already added 5 to 0, we have 5. Then 5 plus 0, we have 5. Then 0 plus 1, we have 1. So we have 5.51 millimeter. So this is the reading using the micrometer screw gauge. Thank you and God bless you. See you some other time.
Educating you without compromise.